It is mid-April.
How's it?
It is mid-April. The market is shifting. We have a landslide coming our way. Gregory, what are you seeing out there?
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing a lot. And I'm happy to talk about it because it's pretty wild. So, you know how we were wondering, every week we're wondering what's next, what's going to happen. And we have our somewhat of predictions, I guess. Well, right now, I would actually, especially within the next couple of weeks, I would love to be a buyer because there are listings coming out like crazy. Prices are stabilizing. And in certain areas, I'm actually seeing them, they're just not as extreme as they were. So a listing, for example, that was $550 3 weeks ago that sold for $600, let's say, is now going to be listing at $500 and maybe getting $575, $550. So that's more extreme than what I thought was going to happen. Of course, there's always, there's always homes that are spectacular that'll still command top dollar. There was a couple of sales yesterday, actually, that, were listed at $575 and they hit the 660s, 670s in terms of row homes. But we're seeing a lot come out. There was 27 new row homes come to market in Orleans in the last 3 days. 27. And let me also say that's wrong. There was actually 31 and 5 of them sold in the first 3 days. So now there's 26 left. And most of them are open to preemptive offers. Almost all of them.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a big shift. Yeah.
That's good to hear. And I want to also, with you mentioning that, and us using that, landslide at the opener there. I don't want, people shouldn't take it away that the market is falling or that it's more so that there's just that properties are being you'll start seeing them priced at their proper price point, and they just aren't going to be going for 100, 150, 200,000 over asking, where it's throwing a dart at a wall. It's, which I think is a great thing. I think it's good seeing more product come on the market. We've talked about it being very frustrating for buyers. You don't know what things are going to go for. It's difficult for appraisers, difficult for realtors, difficult for mortgage brokers. Everyone in the whole landscape. And so I think it's a positive thing when you see more product.
I'm interested to know of those sellers, what those sellers are actually expecting to get for their homes. I wonder what the discussions they're having with their real estate agent are.
So here's the other thing. Now, there's some that are coming out that I know the agents are being very smart and educating their sellers on how to market the home and what they should list at. And they see the same thing in the market. And then there's certain sellers. Here's another perfect example. So in the last week, I'm sure there's a few others, but I've seen 3 properties, actually 4 properties that did not get offers on offer date, and they all relisted at $50,000 to $125,000 higher, because that's what they were expecting. Yeah. So it's like, and now they're sitting, and now no one's seeing them, and now they're screwed because with all the other ones coming out, they're probably going to have to take their house on the market because I guess for whatever reason they needed that number. I don't know.
The funny thing is that shows you the artificially low price point that some of these agents are using, right? When they're coming back, relisting at 100, 125, like, come on, why not just list it at 75 more than you would have originally? More realistic, more market.
Yeah.
But I have a client that a client that was referred to me. It was a sale in Beacon Hill. All Beacon Hill boys here on the show. Bungalow. As it was being listed, the realtor was having to go back ages to find comparables because there wasn't any in Beacon Hill that had been listed anytime recently. So it was hard to find a price point. No product on the market in Beacon Hill. Lo and behold, lists it a week and a half ago. The day they list, 4 other properties come on the market same week, and there hadn't been any on the market in Beacon Hill in like 6 months, 8 months. Kind of goes to show what you're talking about. They had 4 showings. on the property. It did sell, but they only had 4 showings, or 8 showings. Sorry, 8 showings, where typically they would have had 30, something like that. And then my sister in Limoges, comparable, exact same model homes, end unit row, a street behind, sold for $570 a month and a bit ago. She got $506 for hers. Simply because, they were very happy with it. They've been there 6 years and their price over doubled. So they're, very happy, but goes to show you, what we've been talking about, of that gradual shift in showings of product coming on and all that. It does have a reflection. And I think it's important for the realtors out there listening that, you need to have those conversations with your listing clients that you're not, this isn't 2 weeks ago. This isn't 3 weeks ago. As crazy as that sounds, what your friend got a month ago or 2 months ago is not what you're going to get right now.
Yeah. And and the Beacon Hill, you're talking about the ones that just came out, like Glenfern and then Blue Jay. They all just came out. That one on the corner on Glenfern and Ogilvy, that got 200 over, which is outlandish considering the location. I couldn't believe it. And I actually sold that house in 2013 before they did any renovations and everything. But yeah, man, I think right now, if you are a buyer that's been waiting, like your time has arrived. There's going to be a lot more to see soon. And I'm noticing on listings when I'm booking showings, because I always look to see how many other showings there are. So I can kind of gauge what I think is going to happen with offers. And on some of these, I'm booking showings and there's no one else. There's no other showings. So I don't know. I don't know if the new lockdown or whatever's going on has a little bit to do with it, or if it's just solely because there's so much new inventory coming out that every buyer is really taking the time and they're like, well, I don't need to go see that one because this one's the one that I want, and then maybe they'll go back to it later, but way less showings on listings. Yeah. I'm noticing it anyways. Yeah.
I wonder if the, we had a big buildup of buyers, and I just wonder if, we've been talking for the last few weeks about people kind of stepping away from the market and this and that. Yeah. So I think it's a combination of people being discouraged to buy, kind of taking a step back, and then more people wanting to get on the listing train. I mean, it's typical. I'm sure if we looked at charts that this time of year, the number of listings typically skyrockets, right? Or goes up, doubles. So, I mean, it might be a perfect storm for calming the market in the sense that, there's more listings coming out and some buyers have taken a step back. So it'll at least give it a week or two to kind of balance. And then hopefully there'll be sufficient inventory for the amount of buyers that are in the market. And that should help us come to kind of an even keel, right?
Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to happen way quicker than we anticipated. Because I remember, David, you were talking a few weeks ago about the, what it would take to create a true balanced market. Yeah. I'm just, with what I'm seeing, like that could happen way sooner than I thought. But I mean, we won't know until we see, what the next month brings next month or so. But right now I got buyers that I've been working with and they're just like, holy cow, we got so many that we could see now. Yeah. And it's great. We're going to be able to negotiate again.